Julie Nuclei, and this is a quick video on Moon in the 8th house. Okay, so for starters, let me give you a little tip. If you want to really understand astrology and you want to understand your whole chart, like a crash course in just a month, one great idea is to just follow the moon around your chart for a month, because in the course of a month it will touch on every single, touch on every single house and aspect of your chart and shed a little light on it. You have to be like paying attention to subtle things, because some of the aspects will only show up in your mind and your feelings as changes. And also, I've actually tried to do this myself, but if you follow the moon for more than a day or two, you really start to go mad. So I don't know if it can be done, but it's a great idea anyway. Okay, so the 8th house. The 8th house is basically, as you know, it's a house of sex, death, and other people's money. And as soon as the moon enters into this house, you tend to feel it, because you'll be like, it makes you more emotional. In astrology, there's 2 types of depression. There's dry depression, which is caused by Saturn. Like, you just feel like all the juice has been squeezed out of you. You're like made of cardboard, and all these really depressing thoughts about how much you suck fill your mind. The other type of depression is a wet depression, where there's too much feelings, and you are like bogged down, and you can't move, and you're wading through all these thick emotions. And the 8th house causes more of that than any other house. It's one of the most emotional, if not the most emotional house. So anyway, so when the moon moves into it, you instantly, you feel more emotional, you feel more intense. You start thinking about like relationship stuff. Like you can have like strong sexual thoughts and imagery flood your mind the second the moon enters. That's really common, and for other people, not me. And or you can have like things about frustrations and stuff like that with relationships come into your mind. It's like a house. It's very much like the house of being raped up your ass with like tons of lube, and the lube's covering your whole body, and you just can't get it off, because it's a very sexual house, but it's more like being raped, because it's a house of things that you can't control, you know. So maybe it would be happening in a way that you would feel good about it, maybe it would be happening in a way that you wouldn't feel good about it, but it's like somewhat beyond your control. But it does shed light on your relationships to other people, and sometimes this will be a time when any planet goes through the 8th house, will be a time when secret information will come up. That can either be because you're looking through their underwear drawer and you discover something, or it could be like something just comes into your mind and you just realize it because it's a very psychic house, or it could be events just cause new information to be revealed to you. The bad stuff with the 8th house is really feeling powerless, because you're being controlled. It shows to how much our emotions and our finances and everything else in our life is really beyond our control, and it's controlled by other people. So if you're someone who relishes the feeling of being in control of your own life, you aren't going to like house of sex and death transits. And if you don't care about being in control of your life, well, you might not like it anyway, because it can frequently reveal things that have been hidden, because it's a house where we hide everything that's not acceptable. So it can be a time when you uncover disturbing information about the people in your life, and a time when they hold control over you in a way that you don't like. But the 8th house can also be good, because it can be a time when you receive money and assistance from other people, you know, and it's fulfilling. It's not just that it helps you financially, but it makes you feel deeply connected, which is what the 8th house is all about. And for the same reason, it's a good time to have sex. So the 3 good things that can come out of the 8th house are really sex, and that is usually a component of it. Sex, and what else? Money from other people, and information about your relationships, which can be unsettling but ultimately good. But with the moon, just the moon going through, it's just going to be a weak taste of all those themes, mostly impacting your mind and imaginations. It's not going to be major events unless there's other planets also in your 8th house. I'm Julie Nuclei, and this was about Moon in your 8th house. Thanks a lot. Bye.